Do we got this thing right? You know, I use that butterfly wing for a guide. Girl, what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Girl, 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 good girl, 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 good girl, good girl, good girl, girl, girl. Hey, girl, good girl, 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 good, good, good girl. Okay, so what are we talking about, honey? You want to come up with the "I told you so" news, girl? All the people, all the people that said it was Kevin Jr., we've been vindicated. Girl, we have been vindicated. We know what is going on. We been knew what was going on. Did you hear about Wendy Williams' son? Yeah, I was just in the last video. I was just talking about that. And him spending $100,000, and I said that. I remember the video. I was on my way to the dispensary, and I said, Kevin and Kevin are over there messing with that lady's money. I said it, and I believe whatever that story is that he spent $100,000 on her American Express card. I believe it. I believe it. It be your own damn children. I believe it. So yesterday when I talked about Wendy, they when I talked about Wendy yesterday, I hadn't seen the reports. I only saw the reports about how many times she's able to leave, which is from a TMZ interview with Harvey Levin, where Wendy was doing the interview, you know, from the window. Remember when we saw her from the window? That was the TMZ interview. And so, portion of that, portion of that interview is on the blogs, of course. And so yesterday, by the time I got off making videos, that piece had come out that Wendy Williams says her son is a horrible person to her after mishandling money and seemingly triggering her guardianship. She says she still loves him. I mean, she was just at his graduation, right? But we said that. I have several videos where I've been on Kevin's neck, Kevin Jr.'s neck. And I've been saying I don't trust that boy. Reportedly heartbroken over their strained relationship. Pair hasn't spoken since she left rehab. Yeah, because Kevin Jr. and Kevin Sr. were down there fucking with Wendy's money. And we didn't know who was who. Right. That's what happens when you get the father and the sons that got the same names. You don't anything. A lot of tricky shit can happen. I said it. I remember the video. I was on my way from the dispensary, and y'all, oh, you, Wendy, y'all turned into the my son is my king, mama ass women. Oh yeah, the baby, he wouldn't do nothing. That's Wendy's baby, Wendy, the baby, she loves her baby, and all this other stuff. Every time you start talking that shit, remember Tim Norman. Every single time, remember Tim Norman. Okay. When you start saying, oh no, I don't think Wendy's son would do that to her. What you talking about? What you talking about? It's money involved. Niggas don't damn about their mamas. They're doing messing with that lady's money. That's the reason why Wells Fargo said absolutely not, because she probably has her son on her accounts, right, as a beneficiary, but the daddy got the same name. So he can really go down here and they can really fuck with this lady's money as little Kevin is the beneficiary. I bet you that's the shit that made them shut that lady's accounts down. Yeah, father and son duo. Yeah. Oh, she wouldn't do the baby, her son is her king. You know, no. Absolutely not. We ain't doing that shit. Girl, I ain't. And I've been saying the Kevins are down there twisting Wendy's pockets. The Kevins, yes. You know how much fraud can go on between a junior and a senior, especially with a woman who has a lot of money, especially a kid who can be still influenced by his father, or his father impersonating him, because I'm sure that Kevin Jr. is somehow, some way, a person who is allowed to use Wendy's cards, an authorized user. of her cards. I'm sure Kevin Jr. is, but it'd be very simple for Kevin Sr. to get Kevin Jr.'s ID and act like he's Kevin Jr. You know what I'm saying? Or get his credit cards or anything, or have him go into a bank or whatever. We've been saying that. We have been saying that it was fucking Kevin Jr. The people down there, especially the boy moms, they, oh no, my baby, mama's baby wouldn't do that. Mama's baby is twisting his mother's pockets. And triggered Wells Fargo to be like, what the fuck is going on with this account? I'm sure there's a person over that account because of the amount of money that's in that account. Those high balance accounts, super high balance accounts. I'm sure there's a team of people who watch those high account balances, of course, and then the automated system not recognizing transactions. Wells Fargo did exactly what they're supposed to do as an institution. Hold on a second. But what happened when they did that as an institution? Somebody saw that as an opportunity to say, oh, she can't handle her money. She's not missing $10,000 a month. She hasn't called us to ask us what's going on. This is an opportunity to put this woman into a conservatorship. Everybody seems to be taking opportunities and taking advantage of Wendy Williams. Kevin took advantage of her for so many years, living off of her. Yes, yeah, Kevin has had his impact as it relates to Wendy and helping her with her career and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. But he was also cheating on her, abusing her. And now the way that he's acting when they've been divorced, wanting alimony. I was a person down here, I won't say we were, but I was a person down here saying that I felt like Wendy stopped working so she wouldn't have to pay Kevin shit. But then you look at the son, like, okay, what's going on with him? Another person seeing an opportunity and taking advantage of it. Yes, even his own mama. Y'all got to stop acting like these sons to these mothers are a mother and her son, a mother and her son. That's my baby girl.
I just, girl, stop.
Let me not raise my shoulders. Girl, no. While discussing what triggered her guardianship, Wendy Williams believes it was possibly due to her son, Kevin Hunter Jr., whom she calls a horrible person to her after mishandling her money. However, she does clarify he's not really a bad person and she still loves him. Sounds like she's basically saying, yeah, he did his mother wrong. He's not a bad person, but then you look like, who would do their mother like that? A kid who probably grew up a certain way and really was like, shit, she's drunk. She don't know what the F is going on. She ain't said nothing to me. The amount of money that they said that Kevin was spending on Uber Eats was ridiculous. It made no sense. It was extremely wasteful and abusive. You don't know how to do nothing. You can't cook at all. You're not buying groceries. You eating out every day. And that didn't trigger her. You don't understand? Like, you doing too much. You see Uber Eats, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, Uber Eats. It's like, what's going on? That must be somebody who ain't got shit. And they just using somebody's credit card or debit card or whatever the hell and racking up money. I mean, racking up bills. Oh, it's so perfect. I got the little brown sugar creamer. Khalifa has an organic creamer with no gums in it. It's good. They have brown sugar, lavender, and French vanilla. I have the brown sugar. I go between the brown sugar and the lavender. I get it at Sprouts. No gums. Remember I told you I've been on the search for a creamer with no gums because the gums is what actually make it creamy. And then a lot of these things, they'd be like non-dairy, but it's vegetable oil that they're using, like Coffee Mate and International Delight, and it's no shade to anybody who uses that. Me personally, I just don't want to be ingesting. I drink a lot of coffee. I drink a lot of coffee. I use creamer. I even use creamer in my tea, right? So I need to find a creamer that is sustainable for my body to use over time. Vegetable oil is not that girl, not to be ingesting as much as I drink coffee and use coffee creamer. So I have been on the mission to find something that was actually creamy without drinking cow's milk or without using a non-dairy creamer that had gallon gums, that a lot of gums in them that make it creamy, or vegetable oil, sunflower seed oil. Um, what else? What other kind of oils? But mostly vegetable oil. When I found out it was vegetable oil, I mean, and it's so crazy because it is not. I didn't. What's crazy is it's on the ingredients, but it's like vegetable oil, and then you're like, when you think about it, you're like, that's a lot of like just drinking vegetable oil as an ingredient all the time. I can't do that. So that was really good. As Wendy Williams prepares to head to Miami this weekend for her father's 94th birthday, it will not only mark the first time since she's been able to socialize since her son's graduation, but the first time she'll be spending time with her son, whom she believes took advantage of her financially, resulting in her being placed into a court ordered conservatorship with a guardian named Sabrina Morrissey. Appearing on TMZ's Harvey Levin, the defense attorney Mark Geragos' podcast, Two Angry Men, Wendy was asked if it would be weird to see her son after making her revelation on TMZ's new documentary, Saving Wendy. Williams doesn't bash her son, but she did make it clear that she's looking forward to seeing Kevin Jr., despite her claims. In the Saving Wendy documentary, Wendy says her guardianship was launched after the bank, Wells Fargo, noticed a number of large unauthorized withdrawals being made. Williams believes her son and others were to blame, but Kevin reportedly said he did nothing wrong. However, Williams' guardianship appears to side with the media icon. In September 2024, court documents obtained by Kevin reads Mr. Hunter, her son, apologized for past mistakes and inappropriate behavior. The court is not convinced that he can keep her safe and wouldn't willingly or unwittingly expose her to financial exploitation. Since publishing this article, TMZ has reported that Wendy Williams signed a legal document on Wednesday, February 12th, to officially end her guardianship. See previous posts, right? Because she's saying that she's better. And I believe, like, the way that Wendy and her niece explained it was perfect. All right, you see, this woman is abusing alcohol. She's obviously not paying attention to her money. Somebody is taking her money. Okay, got it. What do? We put parameters in place to make sure nobody's stealing her money. These motherfuckers see it as an opportunity to take advantage of somebody, right? They take advantage of Wendy, put her in a conservatorship, but nobody is evaluating her after a year. Now that she's sober and, quote, in her right mind, she is able to handle her business. And I still feel like, because of Wendy's health issues, there needs to be a trust created, and people need to be monitoring her money, not Kevin, because it's too easy for Kevin Jr. and Kevin Sr. to switch identities. It's too easy. It is too easy. It is too easy. And I've been saying it from the beginning. It's the Kevins. It's the Kevins. And I don't give a damn what you say. That man still is probably in his son's ear telling him things. I'm sure he still has a relationship with his father. And I'm sure his part of their conversations is his father being upset that he can't take advantage of his mother anymore. He wants to live off of Wendy. He was living off of Wendy. Remember that day Wendy went and got that damn car? What was her name? Sherina? What was that girl's name? Remember when Wendy went and they repoed the car that Kevin had in with that lady? That was Wendy's money. So you have a new relationship. The bitch is living off of me, bitch. I'm not working ever again. I be damned. That's not happening. So let's listen. It's really sad what's happened with Wendy, but we've been said that. We've been said that it was Kevin Jr. Now, after 3 years, After 3 years, she needs to be evaluated. She's not incapacitated. She doesn't have frontal lobe dementia, because people say you don't get better from that. They were diagnosing her and probably keeping her on drugs to maintain her current health state, right? And now she's able to think for herself, speak for herself. Like I said, I still think there needs to be some type of supervision. So again, that she's not a victim of exploitation, but that's exactly what was happening. We were mad at Wells Fargo for not giving her, once she identified that she was okay. No, but some other people intercepted and was like, "Ooh, you see how much money she got? Put her in a conservator. Put her drunk ass in a conservatorship now." But after a year, why hasn't Wendy been medically evaluated? Her mental state evaluated? What measurements are in place so that she can come out of this conservatorship? All right, Wendy, you got everything under control. You sober now. We did a medical examination. It's no evidence of frontal lobe dementia or whatever. However, ma'am, you're gonna have an allowance, right? And we're gonna give you an allowance, and we're gonna monitor that. We're gonna pay your bills and monitor your allowance. Don't worry about it. That niece needs to be over her money, not over it, but like help, supervising it. What's going on with Wendy and being responsible for that. If they feel like Wendy can't do that, but that Sabrina Morrissey, they over there twisting that lady's pockets. Everybody is taking advantage of this money source, and that's Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams didn't work hard as she did to at the in her years, where her golden years, when she's supposed to be enjoying the fruits of her labor. Everybody around her is taking advantage of her, even her baby boy, her only child. I don't trust these motherfuckers as far as I can throw them. I don't care. When it comes to money, you cannot be naive about what people are capable of doing. Kevin Jr. saw an opportunity. His mom was not paying attention, and he took full advantage of that. I'm sure he was buying all kind of shit. Boats. That's what one of the reports said. A boat. He rented a boat that was like supposed to be 50,000. I don't know how much the numbers were, but no. So I'm down for the niece, being over the money, giving Wendy an allowance, making sure her bills are paid, and the main thing is her moving around freely. She's enslaved right now, and it's really sad because they're using that money, and it's no telling, like, that fucking apartment building. It's like everybody probably knows and owns and knows each other. Everybody's connected. I don't think that she needs to still be in a conservatorship. And why hasn't she been reevaluated? Why isn't she evaluated every year to say, how is she getting better? Is she sober? How long has she been sober? Has she had any relapses? What about her mental health? We get a mental somebody outside of an independent examiner, an independent entity that doesn't have anything to do with the courts or anything to evaluate Wendy. No one who has an interest in her being enslaved and them stealing her money. I don't want any of your doctors. No, thank you, Sabrina. Well, I don't want the doctor you're referring to. No, thank you. So that it is what it is. What else? Wendy signs an affidavit asking judge to end her guardianship. Claims she has regained capacity and denies having frontal lobe dementia. Yeah, that's the part, like, why hasn't she been evaluated? And that's what's wrong with the system. I keep hearing Wendy say the system failed her from top to bottom. It sure did. Because but the system is in place like that to take advantage of wealthy people with money. I mean, wealthy people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. She was taken advantage of. Her son taking advantage of her. Kevin Sr. taking advantage of her, Sabrina Dorsey taking advantage of her, Morrissey taking advantage of her. She's literally like a piggy bank, and they just keep taking and taking and taking from her. Hold on. You understand? I'm trying to find so I could hear what Wendy was saying here.
To you why you're in a guardianship.
No, not exactly. But you know what? There are some things that I do know for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. It's about my money. You know what I'm saying?
Can you talk to me about how Wendy ended up in a guardianship?
My understanding is somebody was in her bank account that Wells Fargo flagged, and there was large withdrawals being taken out.
My son, he overstepped his boundaries in terms of me. You understand? He overstepped his boundaries, and he was inappropriately using my money without telling me crap about it. Like, is he stealing from me?
Yes.
Look, all I know is that in terms of what I'm dealing with, and that this is still going on, because, that's when my money got frozen at Wells Fargo, thank God. No more money stealing from my son and the other people.
Wells Fargo, your bank, said you were the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation with respect to your money. Who was unduly influencing you? Who is the person that was doing this?
Thank you. Listen, my son is a really good person. You know what? Oh, God, I'm not going to cry about that. Oh, I'm sorry for cursing. Look, my son is a good person, but at this point, he is a horrible person to me. You know what I'm saying? The way he moves with other people, is the thing. And what's going on with these other people at my apartment in Miami? What are you doing? Oh, you spent on what? And what is going on at Wells Fargo?
There was a situation where Kevin says he wanted to rent a boat for his birthday for $1,500 and ended up getting a boat that rented out for $113,000, and he blamed it on the bank, that the bank wanted him to have that. That never really made sense to me.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He has a way of getting with, a couple of other people. You know what I'm saying? My son is not the only one, involved with my money. You know what I'm saying?
In September, we know the judge said this in court. While Mr. Hunter, that's the son, Kevin, apologized for past mistakes and inappropriate behavior, the court is not convinced that he can keep her safe and wouldn't willingly or unwittingly expose her to financial exploitation. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Kevin has denied any impropriety when it came to Wendy's finances, and also that he cannot speak on camera because he's not allowed to per the judge. If Wendy is released, should she be placed under the care of her son, Kevin?
No. This is how we got here in the first place.
Right. Why would they do that?
My aunt loves her son very much. But I think that there are other options at this point in terms of who can care for and make sure that his mother at 60 years old is taken care of properly.
Yes.
Did anybody ever...
The niece needs to be in charge. Always a woman coming through to be in charge of some shit. Because you didn't, girl, we told y'all. So that's it for in I Told You So news. A lot of people knew that. A lot of people suspected. And then the other half of the people were like, oh my God, her son wouldn't do that. Y'all just don't like men. You just a man hater. What you got to say now, poo-poo? What you got to say now, Bookie? Exactly. It said everybody was saying that. A lot of people said that. I was definitely I am on the thing that the Kevins. Yeah. Unwittingly. He might do it unwittingly. It ain't no telling what, all you got to do is do this. Let me tell you what to do. They not going to suspect nothing. That's scheming ass husband, ex-husband of hers over there with the same name. I'm telling you, ain't no telling what them MFs were over there doing with Wendy's money. I knew it. Damn it. I knew it. So in other news, Apollo Nida, his wife Shireen is filing for a divorce. Hold on, let my stuff come up here. Is filing a divorce claiming abuse, physical and emotional abuse. Let's go to the post. This is from the Jasmine brand. Shireen Copes filed for divorce from Apollo Nida on February 7th, citing adultery and abuse. Adultery and abuse. Honey, adultery is abuse. That's how I feel like. When somebody is cheating on you, that I feel like that's physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. That's how I feel. You cheating on me? First of all, the emotional state, that's emotional abuse. The physical abuse, because I can have a physical reaction to you having sex with somebody and I don't know, and it affects my fucking physical health. Right? And it's sexual abuse because I didn't consent to you having sex with somebody else. You and I are in an agreement. We have an agreement with each other. I didn't consent to that. That's sexual abuse. You coming back and putting my sexual health at risk and my physical health and my emotional health. Yes. It's abuse to me. According to the court documents obtained by In Touch, Shireen alleges that Apollo committed adultery and subjected her to emotional and physical abuse. Apollo has committed adultery multiple times throughout the relationship. I wonder why she took him back after the first time. Right, because men will just be men. Apollo has committed adultery multiple times throughout the relationship. He refused to seek professional help for his mental health issues, and instead he emotionally and physically abused me and brought great emotional abuse to his stepdaughter. The filing includes an alleged agreement in which both parties agree to live in the marital home, free from all interference and control by the other. They over there like Kim and Croy. Girl. Remember, girl, that was a goddamn mess. Until they each find suitable housing and agree on a division of assets. It probably ain't much to split up. The agreement also states that Apollo has waived his rights to spousal support. However, Apollo denied the validity of the statement, telling In Touch, I did not agree to anything. We'll have our day in court. A lot of that language is false. The divorce filing follows a March 2024 incident where Apollo was arrested for allegedly getting physical with Shireen. Do y'all remember about, girl, the way that time moves? It was, I'd say it might have been a year ago, maybe a little less than a year ago. Shireen had caught Apollo cheating on her through a surveillance, like a ring cam type of situation, but it was in the house. And she was laying on the couch. Homegirl was super comfortable. And here comes Apollo laying on the couch. I don't know where Shireen was, out of town. I don't know. But she had a video. There was a video of Apollo in like laying on the couch with another woman. When I tell you I'm setting the house on fire and shooting y'all when you come running out. Girl, in my house, girl, that's the girl. That's all I understand. See, that's the reason why I can't do nothing, because I would be on snapped, girl. I would be on snapped. Girl, you in my house? You in my house? Girl, having a bitch up and through my fucking shit. And then you take them back. Why? Because men would just be men. He just being a man, girl. Don't let them women drive you away from your man. That's another thing. It'd be a competition thing, right? You're not going to get me away from my man. I'm going to stay with him. I'm going to fight. Girl. Let's read some of the comments. We women always think we better than the next woman. What he will do to her, your turn is around the corner. Trust. They are who they are. Amen. She really tried to make Phaedra jealous, but she was so unbothered. It's a lot of Phaedra memes. Should have paid attention to why Phaedra left. Some women just don't understand he's still the same man, sis. If he has a history of it, run for your life, not marry him. Here's, we always talk about the setup. We talk about the setup. When you are a woman who centers men, you're not going to listen to the other woman. We're already in a society that just automatically gives men the benefit of the doubt. The man's word is what solidifies the relationship. Y'all be waiting for years and years and years asking a nigga, what are we in a whole fucking relationship with you. In a relationship, he just ain't called it that. And you waiting for him to call it something. Bitch, you in a relationship. Don't let that motherfucker define the fucking shit that's happening right now, not putting a name on it. What are we? Girl, you in a relationship. Stop asking him. Y'all wait for a man to marry you. Everything is hinging on what his decisions are and how he moves. So we already live in a society like that. And we know the setup. So when a woman centers a man, she is not going to listen to anything that the other woman is telling her about her experience. I've had that personally happen to me. I know some of you've had that personally happen to you. I remember the time, and I've shared this story before, I remember the time when it was the first time it was my son's father, he got into another relationship. And I met the girl in a drop. We were dropping the kids off, and I met her over the car. Hi, yes, okay. And I really wanted to motion to her, don't do it, girl. That's what I wanted to do, girl. Don't do it. Don't do it. She did it. She even got slick with me. Told me I wanted her life. The same way that motherfucking Tanisha is doing quiet. She must be jealous. I must have something that she wants. What, something that she threw away? Y'all don't listen to each other. Y'all don't see what the other, I don't know what it is about women who go after the last woman to an abusive man. I always use the analogy of read the Yelp reviews. Read the Yelp reviews. The management hasn't changed. You know why the management hasn't changed? Because even though the nigga keeps getting bad reviews and women are coming out of the fucking restaurant looking like a fucking mess, there's still a line of women waiting to see for themselves. Going in, sitting at the table, Sunny, another one. Y'all think y'all be having the prize, Ariane, another one. The management hasn't changed, boo, at all. Why should the management change? There's going to be a queue of women waiting to tell you, bitch, you just want my life. You just jealous of what I have. You should have stayed with him if you wanted him so bad. And then when he starts going upside your head or taking your money or cheating on you or whatever the fuck, because update on the bitch that told me I wanted her life after I threw the nigga away, they got divorced. She couldn't take it anymore. Bitch, I told you so. But no. You wanted a man. You wanted to be able to say, keep my husband out of it.
But keep my husband out of it.
You be so happy to get a husband, you just take any old fucking man and you don't listen to the last woman. You think the last woman is hating on you. You think your pussy is wetter. You think your ass is fatter. You think you can cook better. You think you can do some form of labor, because that's all. The only thing y'all be throwing in each other's face is how much labor you can do for the other nigga. Oh, I could do this and I can do that. You wasn't doing this. That's why he stepped out. And now you over there being the damn mattress, letting him use your body to masturbate. And then when he does you the same way, nobody ever goes back to the last woman and was like, bitch, I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. Right? Because you got too much pride to be like, damn, I should have listened to her. We live in a society where, to me, like Fallon and Portia, those are pick-me's. When a pick-me lets go of a man, girl, that should be the biggest red flag of them all. This bitch centers men. This bitch has dicks on her altar. She worships men. And she let that motherfucker go. Girl, I wouldn't fuck with him. But y'all don't listen. I don't know what it is. I know what it is. It's the psychology of believing a man. What did fucking Ray J and Amada just go through it? Ray J lied to Princess and told her something. She believed that motherfucker lying to her. That's not even a situation where she's getting with him. But Amada La Negra, why are you going after Erica Mena to Safari? Have you seen the way Safari treated her? What do you think is going to be your experience? Do you honestly think that you're going to walk into that establishment after all these 1-star reviews and believe you're about to get some 5-star treatment? And the management hasn't changed. It's not under any new ownership, because why should they change? You fucking male-centered, dizzy-eyed bitches are always going to be in line telling the next bitch they want your life, or you're just jealous of me. Do you think that Letitia is, or whatever her name is, Letitia, Tanisha, Sweet Tea, does she actually think that she's going to have a different experience than Quad? Do you think an old dog is going to learn new tricks? He hasn't had to learn new tricks, because y'all be falling for the same tricks every single time. Why? What in anybody's brain would think that Dr. G is suitable for partnership? Who in their right mind would think Safari is suitable for partnership? Apollo, suitable for partnership. Why do y'all think these niggas are suitable for partnership? After you've seen the way he dogged out the person before you, you think you're going to be different? Ma'am, you're not. You might even get worser treatment. Worser. You give the man the benefit of the doubt. You listen to everything he says about the last person. She's this, she's crazy, she's this. And then the gag is y'all will throw it in another woman's face what a motherfucking nigga said about her. And then he does you the same way. Girl, the management hasn't changed. You walking into a restaurant with a bunch of 1-star reviews? What you think you about to experience? You ain't special, girl. I'm sorry to let you know. You might think you special, but you're not special. He's going to treat you the same exact way. The word on the street, she was over in Phaedra's face, throwing up in her face that her kids like her better than her. Is that right? Apollo don't like you better than her. He's doing the same thing he was doing to her that he's doing to you. Cheating on you, putting your life at risk. And then that's another part of the thing. They're so pick me, male identified, wanting a man around in their proximity that they will fight to keep a man who's putting their life at risk. Multiple times. It wouldn't be no multiple. Cheat one time. Ghost. And there's no coming back from that ever. I don't care. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if I'm touching somebody who may have stayed with a nigga after he cheated and put your life at risk. And when I say that, I know it sounds like, damn, that sounds like a catastrophe, but it is. That's your life. You only get one life, and don't put it at risk for a man. Do you think he would put his life at risk for you? Go out and have a baby. Like these niggas be having babies on y'all. Go out and have a baby and see what happens. He might kill you, girl, because that's what they doing to the girls. I was just reading a story the other day. Somebody told me to look up this story, and it's on YouTube. This man on the way to get a paternity test killed her and then threw the baby out on the street in the damn car seat. Just left 7-month-old baby. Just left the baby on the road, killed her, and then went back and burned her fucking body on the way to a paternity test. Being in a relationship with a straight man is a very high risk behavior. Very high risk. And if you are able, because this is the part for me that I don't get. If you are able to have somebody before you, that you are able to see how this man acted in that relationship, a lot of women don't have that ability to see how he was in other relationships. That's why on the first date, instead of asking a motherfucker if he wants to be married and have kids, you need to ask him, can I talk to your previous employer? I need a reference. But y'all won't take references. Can I talk to your last girlfriend or your last partner, whoever you were with the last time, whoever you spent the most time with in the most recent history? Would you mind if I called that person and talked to them, because I'd like to know how you showed up in the relationship? Yeah, no problem. Call her. She'll tell you why we broke up. Or, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. Why not? How did you show up in the relationship? Why is it a secret? Because when you call her, she's going to be like, girl, he cheated on me. What are you going to do then when you have that information? No, thank you. I'm cool. You cheated on her. You're not going to do me any different. When you are able to get a Yelp review on a motherfucker, you better listen. Would not recommend 1 star, bitch. I'd be one of them reviews like, girl, I wish I could give no stars. You saw how Apollo, like, I can go through all of the public figure examples, but this happens in real life. You know how many women are going through a man's phone, found out he's cheating, having sex with men or women, doesn't matter, and will sit there and fight? What you fighting for, girl? You better fight for your life and get self-preservation. Fuck that man. Sorry, especially one's mistreating you. I'm not telling you to leave your man who's treating you nice. I'm telling you to leave the motherfucker who's mistreating you and putting your life at risk. If that makes me a man basher or whatever, girl, then so be it. Bash them motherfuckers. You need to be bashing them. When you find, you need to mash their dick with a goddamn potato peeler and smasher. Girl, that's what needs to happen. The motherfuckers, I don't understand how these niggas be mistreating y'all and they sleep so comfortably. Bitch, you cheat on me, I find out you doing something, you better sleep with one eye open, nigga. Girl, I can't sleep around Erica. She might. Girl, yeah, I might. Girl. In my house? Girl, when I saw that video of Apollo, comfortable. And then the girls, they don't even fucking care. The women don't care. That's what makes you want to get physical with the woman. Like, girl, you in my fucking house, bitch, I'm gonna break your goddamn ankles, bitch. It's about to be misery over this motherfucker. Girl. And then half of these men are unsuitable for relationships anyway. Y'all just think any old man has the potential to be something. The potential, girl. Bitch, you met Apollo when he was still in jail. Girl. That's how you know Shireen was desperate. You met him in jail? Didn't you get married in jail? Girl, that's a mess. That's a effing mess. I want to read some of the comments. Y'all need to read the Yelp reviews. You should look at it as a, like, damn, I'm getting like a head start. If you, girl, can you imagine if you had a head start or a file on the nigga? Like, here's the woman, here, she passing you the file on the dude. You could look at his file and be like, okay, why did y'all break up? All right. Oh, you moved? Okay, it was a long distance. Y'all couldn't do long distance, but everything else is fine. Okay, I'll give the nigga a chance. And then you take the risk and see how that relationship turns out. But girl, after you have a fucking Yelp review on Apollo, Safari, like all these, and then like in real life, we just use the public figures as examples. But this situation goes on every single day. There's so many women in relationships with men, still in relationships with men who had sex with another person. Girl, fuck that. Ain't no way. You had an agreement of monogamy? Oh, multiple times? He's cheated on you multiple? Ain't no multiple. Don't do it. Don't put your life at risk for a motherfucking man who don't give a fuck about your health at all. A man who cheats on you does not care about you, sweetie. And what he did, the time that it took him, the seconds that it took him for his penis to get hard, him to unbuckle, unzip, pull down, put a condom on maybe and stick it in somebody else, that's not a mistake. That is a well thought out decision. Oh, I just made a mistake. Nah, nigga, you made a clear choice. How long does it take for a dick to get hard? How long does it take for him to unbutton, unzip, pull down, strap on, and then crawl between somebody's legs and between a butt? Huh? Okay. Not a mistake. Don't accept that from nobody. I'm telling you, if I don't tell you nothing else, a man cheating on you is putting your life at risk. Oh my God, Erica, that's too much. No, it's true. It is very true. And the way that these men are with their sexual behaviors, I feel like I have something in my teeth. With their sexual behaviors are risky. And especially if they creeping around, that makes it even more fun to play this game where I'm pulling one over on this woman. So if I'm practicing risky behaviors in sex, I might not be using a condom. I might be doing something real quick in a bathroom somewhere. I might be whatever the fuck. Put your life at risk. And with the HIV cases looking the way that they do, and how women are contracting HIV from heterosexual relationships. So these men are not protecting themselves and bringing it back to you. And what are you doing? Waiting? For what? You find out a man is cheating on you. There's no, I don't care. 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 That is a deal breaker. You don't sit around with other women. Is cheating a deal breaker? Girl, what? Yes. Why are we sitting here talking like this? Oh, we're sitting around talking like this because we've been socialized to believe that men will just be men, and somehow, some way, their bad behavior is just built into their existence. So we should be more considerate of them just being men and putting our lives at risk. Your greatest threat, girl. And when I tell you these motherfuckers are your greatest threat, believe me, it's high risk to be in a relationship with a straight man these days. It's always been a high risk. And when you read studies, I read studies with headlines that say the most dangerous place for a woman to be is in her home with a man living there. Girl, what? The Global Femicide Report says about 60% of 85,000 women and girls killed in 2023 were by an intimate partner or family member. Being in relationship with a man is high risk. New York Times, let me see if they better not, I don't want them to ask me for no money. The most dangerous place for a woman is in the home, a UN report finds. It's a gruesome reality. Hold on a second. Let me get to the reader. Let me do a reader. It's a gruesome reality that is true around the world. Women face the greatest danger in their homes, according to a new report on homicides around the world by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. More than half of all female homicide victims last year were killed by an intimate partner or relative, the report found. This report is from 2018. More than half, and efforts in some countries to stem such killings through new legal strategies and social programs have not yet made tangible progress, the research continues. The report released this week coincide with the United Nations designated International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Examine how violence against women and girls relates to their status and role in society. A killing of a woman is a lethal act on the continuum of gender-based discrimination and abuse. A vast majority of murder victims are men, but women are far more likely to be killed by those closest to them. About 1 in 5 homicides is carried out by an intimate partner or family member, and the women and girls make up the vast majority of those deaths. Approximately 87,000 women who were victims of intentional homicide last year around the world, 34% were murdered by an intimate partner, 24% by a relative. The rate of women killed by a partner or relative is highest in the countries in Africa, followed by the America. The lowest rates were in Europe. The most dangerous place for you to be is in your home with a man living there. The Guardian in November 2024, another report, same thing. This is from 2023, 60%. It's gone up from 34% to 60% of 51,000 deaths. 60% of 51,000 deaths were committed by someone close to the victim. This is from November 2024 from The Guardian. Home is the most dangerous place for women. So when you intentionally ignore the last woman, tell the last woman she wants you. We saw, I'm going to use Dr. G. We saw Dr. G with Quad. I don't know why this woman was sitting on the TV thinking like, oh, he would be a good partner. Let me hop in his DMs and tell this irrational, erratic man that I can give him what his wife won't give him. That I can do it. And then all that be good, hollering and screaming in her face. We saw another glimpse of that. Bitch, you're not getting a different man. Why would he change when the next one, if you leave another woman, it's going to be right behind you. They don't have to change. There's no incentive to change. Once you hear a man is abusive to women, it should be like he has leprosy. It should be like he has lesions all over his body. He should look like a fucking zombie to y'all. I don't know what you find attractive about a man who mistreated women, the women before you. What is attractive about that? Oh, you believe everything he's told you, that woman was crazy and that this and that, whatever the fuck he told you, whatever lie he told you about that woman. You give him the benefit of the doubt and think that you're going to have a different experience. You married the nigga when he was in jail, girl. And now he's coming out cheating on you. And for a lot of women, Apollo Nida is very attractive. For a lot of women, they like, oh, his ass is fine as hell. So it's not going to be a shortage on women standing in line even after Shireen says he's abusive and he cheats on me. One of the women that he's cheating on her with is going to believe like, oh, well, now it's a spot for me to move in, thinking she's going to be different. He just wants a mattress, honey. That's all he wants. And hopefully a mule. Hopefully you'll be a mule. But this thing where you don't listen to the last woman, that shit is so late and tired. You're not going to be different, sweetie. You're not going to have a different dining experience. All those 1-star reviews would not recommend. You just ignore them. Would you do that on a restaurant for real? That's why I use that analogy so that you can understand, like, I'm going to a restaurant. I'm going to look at the reviews. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. Look at the picture. Look at the menu. Look at what you're going to get. Look at the inside. Look at how the women come out of the restaurant. And you just ignore the reviews and think you're about to have a 5-star experience? Girl, please. Now, nothing can be said about if you don't have, you're not able to. But when you are on a date with a man, what are first date questions? All y'all want to know is if you want to get married. Fuck that. I need to know. I need to speak to the last person that you were with. Is that okay? No? Okay. That's a red flag. I can't speak to the last person you were with. Well, what if they say a bunch of shit? Well, then you got 2 sides of the story now. And you should be aware enough to be able to tell if a motherfucker is lying to you. That, listen, honey, the playbook hasn't changed. The way these niggas move around, that it has not changed. You know why? Because they don't have to. Because it's just a bunch of women just waiting. I'm different, girl. My pussy is fatter. Girl, I'm sitting on Aquafina, girl. He likes my macaroni and cheese better than yours. He over there complaining that you don't know how to cook. That's why he over here. Because I throw down. Right? All this fucking labor that you're able to do. Y'all better wake up. Listen to other women. Stop believing a woman is hating on you when she's trying to warn you, girl. They be having on flags, whistles, sirens going around their head, flags coming out their ears, everything. Y'all take the flags and try to make an outfit out of it. Girl, no. These are the red flags so that you can be warned. But you think she's just hating on you? Listen to other women, especially the ones warning you about the man you are about to try to be in a relationship with. She's not hating on you. She's not hating on you. And then this thing where, well, what you had with him is going to be different. No, it's not. You think you're the only you're the only difference. You are the only difference. He hasn't changed. So proceed with caution. The next time you out on a date, test a motherfucker, especially when you know you ain't going to be on another date with. You already know you're not going to go on another date with him. You know when, as soon as you see him, whether or not there's going to be a second date. When you sit down to complete that mission, ask him, can I talk to your previous partner? See what he says. Try it out. Let me know. Report back. That's your homework. Anyways, y'all got to go. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Listen to other women warn you about these nickels. Listen to them. Because they ain't changed, poo-poo. And you're not special enough to make a man change. I'm sorry. He changed for me, girl. He asked me to marry him. He still ain't changed. He's promising you all the things. He's trying to get free labor, girl, and DNA duplication, girl. That's what he's trying to get. And as soon as them motherfuckers act up, change them kids' last name. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers will stop dropping sperm off everywhere if their last names weren't going to be attached to their creation. They would not. The baby's going to have my last name. Damn. Baby's going to have my last name. Damn. What can you do? What can you do? You got to go to court. They ain't that mad. They ain't mad enough to take you to court to have the baby's last name changed to theirs. No. The baby's going to have my last name. But we married. I don't care. That's my baby. I'm going to be raising it anyway. Take care of each other. Believe other women. Believe other women and other men too. I'm talking to the girls and the girls. The girls need to listen to the previous man before. Yes. Can I get a fucking Yelp review from your last relationship? If they say no, that's a fucking red flag. Okay, no problem. Why not? Oh, because they crazy. They they ain't that crazy. Give me their number. Give me their Instagram. Let me DM them. Is this you used to go out with him? What was it like? Yeah. The next time I want y'all to report back. Ask a motherfucker you go out with if you can have a Yelp review from his previous partner and see what he says. Good luck to you. Wendy Williams, yeah. Kevin, we knew it. We told you so. Don't let them Kevins around your money. Taking advantage. Hopefully Wendy can get out of this conservatorship with all of this, the spotlight on her. But it just makes me think about the people who are in her same position that don't have the reach that she does and that are suffering under conservatorships that they shouldn't be in. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Protect your money. Protect your poom poom. Protect your health. And let's get down in the comments. Peace.